I like that it's Spyro at least. Actually, no, yeah, I'll finish it, yeah. Just a little fun thing to do tonight. De-stress on a Saturday night. I've been sleeping all day. Might as well do something for the night. Don't feel like playing games tonight? That's fine. Do a bit of drawing. Draw something. Anything. You don't have to draw every day. Of course not. If you don't have any brain juice to put into your drawings, you don't have to draw. But it gives you something to do. It's always there for you. Take a piece of printer paper and a notebook on the wall. It's always there for you. It's just a matter of letting your brain flow. I mean, take this for example. I didn't know what I was gonna draw, in all honesty. And I made this. I am making this. Why? I don't know. I don't really play Spyro that much anymore. All I have is a PS2, so I can't even play the new game. But you know what? That's okay. You know, Spyro was like childhood shit for me. It was the goods. Loved it. I absolutely loved Spyro as a kid. I remember getting a McDonald's toy. It was like one of those little video game things. I got a Sonic one with Amy and Rouge tennis or something. And then I got one with Spyro and it was black and white. I remember them being black and white actually. And I didn't know what Spyro was. I couldn't tell what I was supposed to do. With the tennis one, it was a little bit more obvious. But it just kind of looked like... It kind of looked like, birds against birds. Like, you were just supposed to avoid them. And I didn't know what Spyro was at the time. That was, like, the first time I interacted with, that game series. Or whatever you want to call it. And, I didn't really like it that much. The bird things, they scared me a little bit, actually. I have no idea what they were, to be honest. They scared me a little bit, and I didn't really like it, and I said, oh, well, this game must be kind of stupid then. And I just didn't play that game anymore. But then come PlayStation 2 time, I got Spyro. I forget when, around that time that I got Spyro. I forget where I got it. I remember I got the PlayStation for Christmas or something. And Spyro, I don't think I got Spyro with my PlayStation. I don't think so. My dad might have gotten it for me or something. But I would play that game all the time. Even though, let me just say, Ice King is my mortal enemy. Cause, oh my god, I got, a New Beginning Spyro. That was my shit, by the way. That was the best thing ever. And I played that game nonstop. Thinking about it now, I was so angry at this game all the time. Because I would play it, and I could never beat the Ice King. And I got so mad, and I would get so close to beating him. And little did I know that it was all just some stupid pattern that you had to follow to beat him. it was just, it's so simple when I look at it now. Because I played it, and I've beat the game, like, 3 times since, like, forever ago. Because I finally, this is another story to tell. I don't know if I've told it already or not. But, it's been a long time since I've played Spyro. Well, not anymore. I played it, like, last year. And a little bit when I moved into this new house. But, I could never beat Ice King. And when I did finally, I went to my dad, because I was staying with him for that weekend, I think. And I was telling him how I beat the Ice King, and my hands were tingling, and I was like freaking out. It was such an accomplishment. That had to have been the biggest accomplishment I'd ever had at that time. And I was like so excited. I was so happy for myself. It was like an amazing feeling. And then I kept playing, and then the second boss came up, and it was basically just Ice King v2, to be honest. Were they all like Ice King? I can't remember. I can't remember the next 3. Actually, no, I can, because the fucking locomotive or whatever pissed me off too, but it wasn't as memorable as Ice King. Ice King will always be my fucking enemy. I hate him, but I love him so much. I should draw him sometime. That would actually be really nice, but I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know. Spyro was just, it was a game. Yeah, and by the time I beat Ice King, by the way, the Eternal Night game came out already. And I told myself, I said, I'm never gonna play this game until I beat Ice King. And I held up to that promise. I at least, I'm pretty sure I did, as I remember it. But it hurt me so bad that I couldn't beat Ice King. And I tried so hard, and I'd get so close. And I couldn't make it. Until, like, when I grew up and I played it again. It was so good. I remember, the locomotive boss, or whatever the fuck. It was a train. And I remember not being able to beat that one either. Well, I did eventually. I mean, I beat the game after a while. But, I don't think I beat it. No, I did beat it. I did beat it at that time. But I just remember it being so difficult, and it was really hard to follow the patterns. But I figured it out eventually. For some reason, that was easier to figure out than the Ice King, and I don't know why. And then it was Cinder, the black dragon, right? And she... Oh yeah, there was that cutscene. There was like a really weird cutscene, and the whole like art style of the game changed, and I'd never seen it before, and it just weirded me out for some reason. Like I didn't like how the art style, the animation style was for that specific cutscene. Like Ignitus and Terrador or something started fighting her or something, and like this just a huge cutscene came up, and I don't know, Ignitus just fell into a hole or something with her, and he like got kidnapped or something. I can't remember. It was so long ago, I can't remember it. Yeah, I don't know. It felt really creepy compared to the regular animation style of the game itself. And I remember getting to Cinder and being like, oh my god, I'm here. I'm gonna, like, beat the game. This is it. And then, like, I faced her, and I was, like, upset because the game cock-blocks you real quick. And is like, yeah, you got her, but she's just gonna run away, and yeah, you're just gonna have to face her again. And that pissed me off. So, I ended up fighting her again, and again, and again. She was really difficult for me, just like Ice King, but it wasn't as bad. And I ended up defeating her. I felt so accomplished, and the cutscene, again, went weird. And it was a good game. It's one of my favorites, I have to say. Like, I know a lot of people say, oh, The Legend of Spyro is nothing compared to the original Spyro games. And I'll be honest with you, I only played, in the Reignited trilogy, I played the first game. I didn't finish it, but I really want to. Of course, I want to save up for, like, a PS4 and play the game. But I played on the family Xbox when I was home, but I'm not anymore. And, you know, it's the family Xbox. I can't just take it, even though they don't use it. So, yeah, love it. So we got rid of that, or we are getting rid of the Xbox copy, and I'm gonna use whatever money I have. I'm gonna save up for a PS4 or something. And then I'm gonna play it on that. I got off track. I played part of the first game. The first series of Spyro. Ripto's Rage or whatever the fuck. I can't remember the title. But the one game I specifically remember, because I got this around the same time, was the third one in the first series. That has to be one of my favorites. It's with A New Beginning, definitely. It's like right next to it. Or no, it's right next to it, actually. Yeah. I loved that game. I loved it so much. I played it so much. I never really disconnected the idea that they were they were like different universes or something. As a kid, anyway. I just, like, associated them with each other, like, oh, it's Spyro, yeah. No, they're like, different, or whatever. Their storyline is different, anyway. I just thought it was the same thing. Now I know it's two different things. Both are very fun. I love them so much. But yeah, that's the only, like, the only experience I've had with the original games. So, oh yeah, going back to the Legend of Spyro series, trilogy, whatever. When I finished the first one, I did start up the second one, and I loved it. I loved it just as much as the first one. Maybe, yeah, a little less than the first one, but I still loved it. It had a less memorable storyline, I have to say. One specific part I remember, I didn't finish that game when I was a kid, I didn't finish that game. And I have a few stories about that game, I think. One of them being was that, so when I was a little kid and I played that game, I got stuck at the little trials, I think. Like, it was easier than the first game in the sense that I could make my way through the actual game faster because I could actually figure it out. I don't know if that's me just becoming smarter and recognizing that there's patterns or whatever. I can't remember so far ahead of the game, or before the game actually, that I had to play and I had to use like strategy or whatever, figure out the pattern of bosses. But there was this one part with like a bunch of puzzles or something, and one of them was like you had to like head smash these little spiders or whatever that would like scuttle along the ground, and I couldn't figure out how to like I forgot how to like do the head smash move, and I got so stumped on how to do it, and I was like so mad at myself because it's saying like do this move, but it's not telling you how to do it. And I completely forgot how to do the move, like, at that time. Because I never do it in-game, so I never saw any reason to use it in a fight. You know? Like, you could use it in-game, obviously, but I never had to use it in a fight. It was not relevant. So I just forgot how to use it. Which is not good for a game. Don't do that. Don't put in moves, you know. I mean, you can, just to have them there, but I would recommend... don't put in moves that are useless, like Splash in Pokemon. That's fucking ridiculous. Unless it's Z-Splash, which is nice. Thank you, Mimikyu. We love that for you. Yes. The, back to the spiders. The spiders, you had to slow down time or whatever, and then use your head smash move on them to, like, stick them in the ground or something. That was just something you had to do. Doesn't really make any sense thinking about it. But you had to do it. And for some reason, as a little kid, and looking up to whoever voiced Spyro, and I know who it was, Elijah Wood, I love you. Thank you for voicing Spyro. It's very nice. I love it. It fits him so perfectly. At least to me. I decided as a little kid that I would send Elijah Wood some mail saying how great he was, and that I loved him, and that how amazing he was or whatever, and then at the end, it would it would say, by the way, I was stuck on this part with the spiders or whatever. How do I do that? How do I do it? I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but I did. And I'm pretty sure, because at the time, I was at my grandmother's house, so I think that she took it out of the mailbox because she knew that it wouldn't go anywhere. I did it wrong, obviously. Like, I couldn't send Elijah Wood any mail. I didn't know his address or anything. I just put for Elijah Wood on the paper or whatever the fuck I put in the mailbox. And I don't know. I don't remember her taking it out. Maybe she took it out later that day, but I don't think she would have waited that long. Maybe I turned around or something and she took it out or something. I don't remember. I just remember putting it in the mailbox. And then he went home. I never got a reply, so I'm assuming that he didn't get it. Obviously he wouldn't, because there's no address on it. What else? Oh yeah, and then the final game came out. The, was it Year of the Dragon? What the fuck was it called? No, that's the third game of the original Spyro series. Dawn of the Dragon, that's what it was called. That game, I saw it on the TV. It had been like a long time since Eternal Night came out. And I saw it on the TV. I saw it advertised. And I think I was at my dad's. Or no, I was at my grandparents' actually. On my dad's side. And I think my dad was there. And I pulled him over. I said, Dad, look! Look, it's Spyro! Oh my god, he's back! Or something like that. Something along those lines. Because he'd been gone for so long, and I was so excited, and it looked amazing, and I wanted it. And, your boy got that for, like, Christmas or something. Yeah, it was for Christmas one year. And I freaked out, and that night, I played it. And it was so good. I remember it being so fucking beautiful. And I remember they added like old tracks to the last game, and it was so beautiful, and I loved it. It was magnificent. And I'll be honest with you, I got really confused when I started playing it because I completely forgot what was going on in the second game. uh, but it was great. I loved it. It was just an amazing game. It had amazing scenery, and by that time, I had grown up and I knew more about, how to function with that. So it got easier. The controls, anyway, in playing the game. It was just a fun time. It was fun all around. And it was 2-player, and I got my cousin to play with me, and it was so good. It was so great. I remember him and me playing, and I always wanted to be Spyro, because not only was I that person that wanted to be player 1 all the time, but I was that person that wanted to be the main character. But thinking about it, I was also conflicted because I wanted him to play the boy character and me to play the girl character. So obviously, I got Cinder in the end. It was a great time. And we got stuck in like these catacombs or whatever the fuck they were, and it pissed me off so much. And I spent absolute months, maybe even like a whole year, trying to figure out how to fucking do it. And it pissed me off so much. I was like, how come I can't do this thing? I'm doing it right. I'm trying to do it. And this was at a time that I couldn't look up how to do things. I didn't have a phone or anything like that. So, and I didn't have access to internet at the time, or at least I wasn't supposed to. Wink wonk. Yeah. That was lovely. That was a lovely time. I ended up figuring it out, obviously. And got unstuck from that area. And it was just a good time all around. I spent a lot of time in the Valley of Avalar, just jumping around in the fucking grass. It was so pleasing to the eye to me that I decided I wanted to do this thing, and no one's gonna stop me. So that's exactly what I did. And I just did that. And then, what else? What else did a thing? Wait, hold on. I tried to do the bosses in that game. I still have trouble on those. And I decided that I'm just not gonna bother with some of them. They're so ridiculously hard. Some of those. And finding the armor in that game? Oh my god! It's so hard, some of those, to find. Like, even when looking it up, we still had a hard time finding that shit. Like, nowadays, I just couldn't do it. It was so difficult. Like, I played it with my boyfriend, when we first started dating, I think. And we just couldn't find, like, 3 specific armor. And when I first played the game, I missed, like, half of it because I couldn't find it. They make that really difficult for some reason. But I don't mind it that much. Makes it kind of fun. Emphasis on kind of. Don't want to give it too much credit where it's not deserved. I'm just kidding. It's plenty deserved. Oh! Here's something. Going back to, the Year of the Dragon game. I played that a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I played that, like, a lot. no, I have to say my favorite part was when you could face the two, like, really long dragons in the fireworks world, I think it was. That was so much fun. I went in there, like, I would play the game just to go into that world and, like, fly around with those two dragons. I loved it so much. It was great. And that would be, like, all I did in that game sometimes. Just, that would be it. Surprisingly enough. I just liked free-flying, pretty much. And I'd just kind of hang out with the two long boys. I should draw them sometime. They're kind of cool. I want to pay some sort of tribute to them. They're really cool. The lie story. I guess I can tell I was gonna save it, but I have nothing to talk about, so we can talk about it now. So, going back all the way to Christmas, when I got my PS2, I would play that thing nonstop. It got, like, to the point where I'd get, like, really mad if I was told that I had to shut it off and stuff. You know, little kid attitude. I'm gonna die without my PlayStation, oh my god. Kind of stuff. I guess my mother decided enough was enough, and my PlayStation decided to, disappear for however long it needed to disappear for. And, I never saw it again after that. But after a while, I remembered that it existed, of course. And my mother, when I asked her about it, decided to respond with, it's in a box somewhere, like in the attic or something. And so every time that we decided to move, because we moved a lot, I would always say, oh, we can go through the boxes and look for my PlayStation. And, you know, every time I would forget until, of course, all the boxes were put away. Like, at one point, they were in the basement or something. And I asked, oh, well, we can look for it sometime. And I was like, well, yeah, we can do that sometime. And I'd wait. And, of course, nothing would happen. And we'd move again. And I'd say, oh, we can look through the boxes for it. She'd like, yeah. About that, I think one of the movers stole it or something. And I would get upset, or I got upset, but I was like, no, it's in the box somewhere. We can check. We can check, right? There's no guarantee, right? And then she was like, yeah, we can do that sometime. Not right now though. And I was like, okay. And come time to when I'm like in high school, I'm in like not high school, middle school. I'm in like 7th grade or something. I'm about to go to the bus. My mom drives me to the bus stop. And I say, oh, because at the time, we had decided we were gonna move. And so I had the bright idea of, oh, well, we still haven't looked through those boxes yet, so we can do that this year when we move. Or next year when we move, sorry. And I asked her about it. I said, hey, when we're moving, do you think we can check the boxes for my PlayStation? I really want to play it, and I have all my games, and, you know, I'm moving to an entirely different state, and I have these games that I want to play because, you know, they're sitting here, and I don't want to, like, not be able to play my PlayStation games because my cousin had a PlayStation, right? And at that point, I didn't. And I obviously wanted to play my PlayStation. And I didn't want to have to hand my games over to her, or to him, because I wanted to play them. They were my games, you know? And as we're sitting in the car at the bus stop, she looks at me, and she says, I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't want you to be mad. Or she said something like that. And I was like, okay. And she says, I gave your PlayStation away a long time ago. And I said, what? I was just thinking about it. Like, she said that she gave it away, so that implies that she didn't even, like, get money for it. And I don't even know where she gave it to. And it just, I got so upset. Like, I was mad at her, but I was like, it's not that big of a deal, I guess. I was really so upset. I never forgot about it. I never forgot that she gave away my PlayStation, and she never told me for like 7 years. And I'm not completely mad at her still. But I'm disappointed that she didn't even get any money out of it. If she even didn't, I don't know if she did. I don't ask her about it, really. But I'll never forget it, that she lied to me for 7 years and got away with it as well. Like, I thought I was a smartass, like, playing my DS under the covers, and she just outplayed me with that. On a good note, I did get a new PlayStation back. A new PS2. I do have it. It's set up, everything. I have played it. It's nice. I had to get a new controller for it, because the one that I had, it couldn't play specific games because it needed, like, shock. It needed, like, a shock controller or some fucking bullshit. And, runs just fine. It came from my cousin, actually, because, he said that he doesn't play anymore. My grandparents obviously didn't have a need for it. So I got it, and it's my baby now, and I'm never gonna lose it ever again. Never gonna let anyone touch it. Even if I get a PS4, I don't think I'll ever, like, throw my PS2 away. It has too much good memories. Too many good memories. And I just said, yeah, this is mine now. And I took it home. And, now it lives with me. It is my precious baby. I was just baffled. And that was like at the bus stop waiting for my bus as well. So I had to go the rest of the day knowing that I will never be able to play my PlayStation again. Oh my god. And I had to wait so long. Like, I had to wait like 2 more years when I got the new PlayStation.